Hi Aries, this is Morgan with CROSSROADS Astrology, and today we're going to be doing your tarot and astrological reading for the month of February. And we're going to go into all the transits that are happening specific to your houses this month, and we'll go through how that might be reflected in the astrology, in the tarot, and we'll go through with the tarot reading, and then we'll also pull from the Lantern Oracle deck. And just to kind of start off with some information for you, Aries, you have a lot of events happening, or a lot of archetypes and symbolism kind of happening for you this month between your 12th and your 11th house. I think the biggest transits that are happening in February are that the Sun and Saturn are going to be coming conjunct in Aquarius on the same day that Venus and Neptune are going to be conjunct in Pisces. So those are huge energies that are commingling and happening all at the same time, right? And what does that really entail? So we have Venus and Neptune that are, when they're combined, they're really the archetype and the symbolism of like the good part, if I can say in quotes, of the twin flame dynamic. And whether you believe in it or not, I'm just using it as a sense of symbolism here so that you can kind of understand the deepness that happens in this transit. It's really really sweet devotion. It's very much sweet intoxication, kind of divine romance, and kindness and compassion. It's that love that you really, really desire in your significant other or your soulmate, if you believe in those. Whatever wording you use, it could just be your partner. It's just that really good devotion that you have to each other. I would say that the shadow side of the whole soulmate concept would be Venus and Pluto. That can get a little bit obsessive. It can be kind of an addictive kind of attraction. Luckily, we're not dealing with that here. This is more about the kind of tenderness, that really true devotion that you have to another person. So I think that's a really fun, wonderful, kind of uplifting archetype and sense of symbolism that we're having here. And it is happening in your 12th house. So I really think that this might be something that kind of comes out of the blue. It might be something that you dream about at night. So really pay attention to your dreams, Aries, and try to write them down. My suggestion is to make a dream journal for you this month, because we have the Sun and Saturn conjunct on the same day. And that is really symbolic when you put those together. It could be some sort of restraint towards something that you really love and really want. So to me, it could be that something might feel a little hidden to you. You might have to interpret things on your own. You might have to kind of go out and really do your own digging to really figure out what it is that's kind of calling to your mind and your heart and your intuition here in the 12th house. But because Saturn and intermingling with the Sun, it really does allow you for that kind of stoic sense of longevity there, and like devotion, devotion in a sense of understanding the long term and working hard to the long term. But Saturn does kind of tend to hold back. It tries to delay things. So if there's anything that feels kind of hidden to you, I would definitely look at that. And I would also, in another sense of secrecy here, is that Mercury is going to also be conjunct with Pluto earlier in the month. That's going to be happening on the 10th. And Mercury itself is really much the planet of kind of thievery. It could be like secrecy, kind of like a hidden meaning behind the words kind of error. So with all this activity happening between your 10th, 11th, and 12th house, I really do think that it's tied to whatever sense of purpose you have, whatever sense of calling that you might have, along with the people around you and your own intuition and dreams. So be sure to really, really hone in on those things. So yeah, let's see what comes up in the reading. We'll see if any planets in particular are being activated for you, if they're coming up in particular in the cards. And then we'll also pick out an oracle card for you. And let me just go ahead and cleanse the space. I have this sage bundle along with this beautiful candle that I made for saging and kind of clearing energy purposes. So let's just dive on in. Thank you, Spirit, so much for your guided messages. And please provide clear, purposeful direction for Aries to provide the best path forward that will lead to Aries' highest good and contentment. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we get for you, Aries. A message for Aries, please. So this is my Golden Wheel Tarot, and I really love it. It's a beautiful tarot deck, and it's very talkative, in my opinion, and I think that's good for these readings online. Let's see. Can we get more? Wow, yeah, okay. So we want a lot coming out for Aries. And you actually did get another one. This is usually a lot. I don't like to pull this many, but Spirit's saying that these are meant for you. So I think they... Yeah. Okay, let's wait on these. This isn't yet. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wheels, the Seven of Wheels, and the Hierophant. So this is, I think this is directly tied to your career, your 10th house, where whatever you present yourself as, interesting. I also think the Hierophant is pointing to your first house too, because this is usually the symbol of higher education, spiritual leading, and everything. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter in your first house. So I think whatever this is tied directly to your sense of well-being and your sense of not only your spiritual wellness, but also just your sense of higher fulfillment and higher abundance, if that makes sense. And maybe you're feeling a little bit neglected. And I'm getting this like seesaw feeling from you, Aries, is that like, you know what you're worth, and you know what you've done to deserve more, but it just feels like it's never happening really. And so you've decided to kind of go within to see if you can understand maybe if your perspective is even a little off, which is really interesting. Like, for example, let's say you feel like you've been probably making a lot of money, but it's in your job. Let's say it's happening in your 10th house, your job, your career, whatever kind of purpose you have. And you make a good living, but there's still this feeling of like complete and utter lack of moving forward. Like there's no growth for you. There's no sense of fulfillment and success, even though maybe on paper you know that you have a lot of success. And you're also so I think you're turning it within to kind of find that guidance for yourself, but also you might be looking at other people for a sense of like, well, is this the right path? Like maybe you're looking at someone that has the path that you want, and you're realizing that maybe that's not entirely the path that you want to go on, especially with Mercury and Pluto coming conjunct. I think there's this real sense of like kind of a breaking down of your thoughts and your understanding and your perception, really. I really think that you take a lot of value in your home. Perhaps you're like redoing your home or something, or like looking to make sure that your home reflects you better too. And you're just not able to with whatever job that you have. Maybe you're not living in the place that you want to live, or maybe you want to be like a work from home kind of a person, especially with Jupiter in your first house. And just so you know, Venus will be going into your first house at the end of the month. So I really think that your first house is being highly activated, and it's very, very good and very positive, because Venus and Venus and Jupiter in that house, those are the two benefics of the solar system. So they bring a lot of good, a lot of support, a lot of hope and happiness and abundance to you, and a lot of pleasure as well. So I really think that you're kind of taking a better look at how you take what you're given and make something out of it. And perhaps you're realizing that what you're given isn't actually helping you make how do I word this? It's like making something great out of what you're given, and you just don't feel like you're at that point, or that you're able to. And I do think that we need to go into these cards as well, because when these all fell out earlier, Spirit like indicated that these are your second row cards. And it's very interesting to me that you go from the Hierophant to the Devil. And then you also have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So you're all Pentacles right now, Aries. I really do think that you're considering about like what value you hold, what external values you hold. This is a lot about manifestation, and you're trying to bring something to life, or trying to figure out, like, maybe you've been dreaming of this life that you have currently for a really long time, and you're very happy and pleased to have gotten here, but it just, maybe you're realizing that there are too many strings attached. The Devil can usually indicate coveting and a sense of false security. Like, you can see this Devil, he's caught up in flames. He's not really like the archetypal Devil visage. He is stealing this fire flower plant because he's caught up in like the glow and the beauty of this thing, but it doesn't belong to him. And so maybe you're realizing that maybe you got a little too caught along this whole trajectory that you're on, and you're realizing that it's just not for you. It's not helping you create the like the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Wheels in this deck, the life that you want. And especially because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles coming right after. Like, you're going to have an opportunity. You're going to have, I think this is something that you're going to come up with yourself, because in all honesty, I don't see a lot of other energies happening here for you or with you. I think this is really a lot of independent action on your part. And especially for the Ace of Pentacles, that's a whole new beginning, a new realization for you, Aries. It's all about a new financial or kind of career opportunity happening for you. And following that with the Four of Pentacles, I think that you might not even see it right away. And you also might, it's really telling you that if you go into it with a scarcity mindset, you know, if you think about this new opportunity, if you go into it with this idea that, oh, I have to take this new opportunity because it will help me live at the means that I want to live at, or I don't want to not have a job for a while, so I have to take this now, because what if I never find a job again? It's like, having that mindset is not helpful, and it's not true either, because there's a big, you don't have a lot of, you don't have any air signs here. So it's not telling you to follow your thoughts, because those are not accurately reflecting the present and what's actually happening. So avoid that scarcity mindset, Aries. That's not going to help you because it's not real. Okay, let's see if we can get some advice for Aries. Here we go. What did I say? Okay. Oh, wonderful. Oh boy, that's fun. Okay, I love this. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, which is to me, like, it's commonly the card of, like, rest, but I'm really getting, oh my gosh, I just thought about it, rest, like, pay attention to your dreams, for sure, but also, like, it doesn't hurt to meditate. I really, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw this card. It really doesn't hurt to meditate because you are stuck in your head. If you go into this with like a scarcity mindset, if you go into it thinking that you're going to lose everything, it's going to just lead you to a lot of anxiety and kind of depression, honestly. So take a look at, be conscious about your thoughts, because sometimes it's not helpful. Especially we have the Four of Wands and the Two of Wands next. There is definitely this sense of, after you get through this kind of stuckness that I'm seeing, there's a definite, that's where people come into your life. Maybe if you do need help or if you do need some sort of assistance. And it's complete, it's that really perfect fitting feeling for you. It's going to really, like, whatever decision or whatever path you choose to do, whatever career really that you choose to take action towards, it's going to feel like it fits like a glove. It's really the right choice for you, and you'll know it when you feel it. And this Two of Wands, it looks a little aggressive, right? But especially in this deck, it's not about like conflict. It's about kind of like dual thoughts, like kind of fighting each other here in your reading. So sometimes you have to leave things behind in order to go on to the next phase in your life that's actually abundant, and it's giving you what you need to be able to put out into the world. Maybe whether that's like supporting your family, supporting your kids, it could be just supporting a lifestyle that you really want. Just really, my overall message here is pay attention to your dreams, Aries. I think you're the one sign that really has to do that. And yeah, so let's just go ahead. Let me get an oracle card for you. This is the Lantern Oracle deck. And these are very kind of sticky, so I don't know if I'm going to get one that jumps out. Oh, as soon as I say that, I do. All right. So we got voice and intention, so I'll read the card I'll read the book for voice for you. But here, let me show you. We have voice. You are here to be known, so speak to be seen. And then we also have intention, so pay attention to your intentions, right? No lack mindset. So lacking personal direction begets confusion, and life is a pawn to someone else's game of chess. So that's definitely something that is here for you, Aries, is you need to think about your intentions so that you do not have that same result that you had before of not feeling appreciated or not feeling like you have been given what you're worth. Okay, so for voice, I'm going to be reading from the little booklet for you. So here we have family culture and society can often demand silence and invisibility. Sometimes early in life, silence and invisibility are even the necessary means for survival. However, at some point in our lives, we need to release our light from the shadows and shine our uniqueness into the world. Initially, the very thought of expressing ourselves may stir up fear of being criticized, rejected, or abandoned. Nonetheless, it is always up to us to whether such fears stop us or persist alongside them until they dissipate. To withhold our unique gifts results in trapped energy that turns negative and is potentially toxic to our health and well-being. Allowing our spirit self to sing nourishes and expands us. Our wings mend by expressing our voice. Flight is possible when we express ourselves in ways that others can truly know and connect with us. The guardian assures you that living according to your spirit self's voice will not betray you. It is you and has your back, often in ways that are not immediately obvious. Nonetheless, hindsight will always reveal that being true to yourself is the way of fulfilling the love, security, and completeness that you seek. I love that for you, Aries. I hope this resonates with you. Please leave a comment if this makes sense to you, if you're feeling any of these same energies that are happening astrologically. If you could also share some of some stories that you've experienced, because these are pretty wild energies. If you want to come back and watch this video after the month of February ends, just to see if anything kind of really touched base with you. Awesome, Aries. I will talk to you in a later video. Bye.